Hello, 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 and good morning or afternoon. Excuse me, depending on when you're watching this. It is morning, however. It is 7:32-ish a.m. here in Youngstown, Ohio, or actually I'm in the suburb now of Poland, North Lima, Springfield, Beaver Township, whatever you call it here. We're kind of on a cusp. I think I've mentioned this before of everything here. And we're kind of like, in fact, our property here on the lot here is like in two different townships. So there's two different zoning rules for half the building. But anyhow, I want to do a catch up on my 10 by 1110 to show you guys that yes, Joe is actually making progress. Here we go. Let's do it this way. Now, it's not done yet, of course. It needs rubbed out a little bit of polishing. I'm going to try to only polish the green areas because the black being kind of in a satiny look kind of completes the look to me. But, yeah, it's just sitting together right now. I mean, the chassis is glued, but it still needs a lot of little details. But, you know, the chute's got to go on. I got to mask it off and paint the bumpers silver yet. I like to try that look like the funny car has had, where it looks like actual chrome, like you paint them white and you maybe fog some blue in the top and some darker colors at the bottom to make it look like that. But I probably won't even try that. I'll probably just go ahead and just paint them a silver color. But I want to let the clear, what am I saying? I keep saying anyhow, wanted to cure out real good on the clear so I can mask it. What I should have done, and I didn't do, when I painted it, before I decaled it, I should have masked it, painted the bumper silver, then decaled it and cleared it. Well, however, I decaled it, and after I decaled it, I'm thinking, you idiot, now you can't mask it because you'll pull the decals off. So what I did was I masked the bumpers off carefully, cleared it, and then pulled the masking off. And let me warn you, be careful with that, because the clear I use, which is the Duplicolor 1K clear out of the rattle cam, it kind of soaked through the masking tape. So when I took the tape off, only on the front bumper, not the rear, it actually kind of soaked through it and made it stickier. And it made it kind of hard to get off, but I got it off of there. So now, with the clear being over these decals on the headlights and here, I can carefully mask this without fear of pulling them off. In fact, I'll de-tack some of the masking tape. I'll put it down on something to make it less tacky. And just, get it down here. I'll use plastic over the rest of the body. I won't cover it in tape because I don't want to risk pulling them decals off. In fact, I'll probably put a little bit of paper with the tape overlapping on the grill and around here. And the back bumper, I don't got to worry about too much. I just got to watch those tail lights. But I could put a piece of paper over there where I mask it. But yeah, next time I'll remember to do that. I'm an idiot. I totally forgot. But hold on, let's get this camera. I got to get a better. This little tripod I bought, kind of crappy. But yeah, there's the stance. I got the gold wheels in the back, and I dulled them down and weathered them. That's Tester's Extreme Lacquer Gold. One of the two. They have two golds. It just says metallic gold on the can. But anyhow, I dulled that down and put some black weathering powders on them just to darken them. The front are staying, what is that? Staying chrome with this gray color from Tamiya on the spokes. The wheels are just sitting on the axle. I don't glue them on yet because I have to put the inner rim on there. And I got to finish the front end, all the little, whatchamacallits they give you, the linkages, steering linkage and all that, which is still chrome. I'm probably going to dull it down a little bit. Brush some dull coat or some smoked Tamiya over it. Same with the wheelie bars in the back here and all that. probably going to dull those down just a little bit. I could have stripped them and whatchamacallit, re-chromed them with some chrome spray or something like that, but I gotta paint the wheelie bar, the wheels, the casters. But yeah, I think it's looking pretty cool. And let's show you some other stuff. Here's the engine. Let's see what we got there. Got a red oil pan on it. Got to paint the little, that's probably an oil pump lines, an oil pump or whatever on the side there. Got to paint that yet. And I got to paint the blower a nice color. I might go with the Testors Chrome. I'm not Testors, but Revell Chrome. Or I might go with like a dark aluminum. I don't want a lot of chrome on it. So I got to do the blower yet and the injectors. And the rest of it's just, here's the headers. Of course this kit was molded in black. So I painted it gray primer, then I put some flat black and then some silver, and then this gray metallic over it. I kind of just like fogged various colors over it. And then I ran some black wash in between them. And as you can see, let's get the focus. Yeah, it's probably not going to want to focus too well, but because the car's in the background. But yeah, I got I hollowed out those tips. Sorry for the shaky camera movement, but I got to get another one of those cantilevered things I have at home to hold this phone. And someday I got to get a better camera. I got income tax time coming, but my truck needs some springs and crap, so going out and buying a camera probably isn't going to happen. Believe me, I'd love to go get a better camera and setup, but right now it's got to wait. So those will probably get a little more dull coat on them. My can dull coat's about fizzle out, but I'll probably fog some dull coat on them and maybe give them a little more heat staining type color up here near the heads, but that's about it. And here's the baggie of parts, remaining stuff. I got a detail put on yet, steering wheel, and all the little linkages, all the little radius rods on the frame. And I got to black wash those shocks on the front and stuff like that. Just a lot of little details. Oh, and another thing, I got to put a decal right there on both sides. The decals I used, they didn't look that old. They must have been, because the one cracked, but I said, okay, it's just going to stay kind of cracked. I was able to push it back together. Well, before I cleared it, I took the air gun over here, low pressure, and just blew some of the dust off it before I cleared it. And as soon as I hit it with air, this one went flying off. I'm like, and I don't have any decals with me, and I want to get the clear on it. So I went to went to the other side, and I pulled the decal off. It literally just, I was able to flick it off with my finger. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just clear it and I'll grab another decal of some kind and put it on after the fact. So I'll find a nice newer decal that I know is good and I'll put it there to fill that void. But I think it came out pretty good. It slightly wrinkled these decals with the clear. I mean, you could barely see it right there. It slightly bubbled them, which it doesn't always do. That 1K clear drives me nuts. It works pretty good, but sometimes it affects decals, sometimes it doesn't. And also when recoating it, somebody posted the other day on Facebook about that he reposted, I think it was within the recoat time, because you're supposed to coat, I think, every 10 minutes or something, and then if after that it's 48 hours or whatever. I don't always obey that because I found mixed results with the Duplicolor 1K clear. I've done a lot of die cast, and I painted one, I cleared it, and I waited within the right times. I cleared it again, and it all came out good, except one quarter panel lifted, a spot in the hood, and like a spot in the door over there. I'm like, you figure it would lift the whole thing, or it wouldn't. The 1K clear does that, because he cleared a car, and just his rear fender wrinkled. So I don't know what the story on that is. So the 1K clear, I stick with it. I like it, but it does have its quirks. But hey, I told myself I'm going to get 10 of these done by 11:10, and I'm trying to do something every single day on one of these. So, yep, that's the duster. It's getting there. It should technically, I'm not going to go too crazy on the wiring and stuff, but I should have it wrapped up this week, I would hope. Okay, well, hold on. Let me get to the next subject here. Be right back. All right, and next in line is the 50 olds. This is the one, some of you may be remembering this one, that I have the clear, the green on with a slight fade on the top, down to the sides. Well, I finally got the underside painted. It's not going to be super shiny, just like that. And yes, I didn't remove the lettering, but I'm not going to worry about it now. By the time the springs and the axles in there, normally I remove that. I started hitting it with paint yesterday, and I looked and saw that. I'm like, well, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to mask it off. The carpeting, I got to paint that since this is the floor of the car. I'm going to paint that. Probably like a flat dark gray color, and then the seats and stuff are going to be lighter. There's our core support. Not a lot done on this one. The seats and primer. That's about all I did on that. I got some of the frame and primer here, because I got to paint this splash pan, the body color, mask that off. But that's about all I did on that one. But I wanted to show you guys what I purchased here too a little bit ago. Before I bought my light box for photos, because I want to take models down to our local library, and they have a photo box there you could use. So I was going to load some models up, my built ones, and I said, well, how am I going to transport them all? And I found these at the Dollar General. I can't remember what I paid for them. I bought 2 of them. And they stack. You get 2 of them with each kit. But, this is what I'm using to transfer my paint. But what I can do to transfer models, it's for Christmas bulbs, decorations. And they give you these cardboard dividers you could stack in here and, put the Christmas bulbs in so they don't roll around and get broken. But however, if I just put some microfiber towels down, and they're high enough, except for my lifted 4x4 type things, anything will fit in there. So I could put 1, 2, 3, at least 3, maybe 2 if they're bigger, and they won't slide around. And if I go to a contest or something, I have a way to carry them. So, and then you could stack them. So I could stack, more underneath here. However, I'd be careful about doing that depending on the weight, because then all that weight is on that handle and the very top latches. The more you put, the more these are going to take. So, but it's a great way to get my paints here to work. And then, take them home. I brought some, I want to strip some of the chrome for the duster there, some of the tanks and stuff, and get rid of some of that kit chrome. Then I got the Revell chrome to redo them, crumb spray. But yeah, that's it. Just wanted to show you guys that yes, I am progressing here. And then this also needs the inside of the body painted, which I'll just do with a big wide brush. I'll paint it flat black or a dark gray or light gray, anything, just so the inside of the body is painted. But it's coming along. Hope to have it wrapped up the end of the week, as long as I do something on it every day, which every day I've done something to one of these. I'm trying to make this happen. Plus, I got to get back to some of my group build stuff and get those done. My naked Corvette for the naked model body thing that's all I need to do is some exhaust dumps and glue it together, basically. I just haven't gotten to it. So I got to do that. And then all will be good with the world. And I got a couple other group builds, and then I got one to start. I got to start my 49 Mercury for Kim's Custom Garage. And I got the 67 GTO. That's that's not due till July 6th. That's making me kind of lazy, which is good and bad. Because when you get lazy, when you got plenty of time, you keep putting off. And you think, oh, I got 6 months. And, well, 6 turns to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 really quickly. So I got to get my butt moving on that. And in the shop today, we got, I think I've showed you Princess Leia. She's still here. This is a friend of my boss's truck. We put, I didn't do it. Tom did most of it. He put new control arms on the upper. I guess we're going to be doing ball joints too. He just wants us to give us a once-over, so to speak. And then in the rear, we put these Caltech traction bars on. Why he's putting traction bars on a 4x4 dually, I got no idea. Like I said, this truck is, he uses it for just that. He works with a lot of race teams in various categories, so that's why all this extra stuff is on here. But anyhow, yeah, so we put those traction bars on, and it took 3 of us, because getting them heavy leaf springs off there, I leaned over the tire and sort of lifted up as we slid the spring, and not to try to drop it on Mike. And Tom's kind of got tendonitis in his shoulders, so it was really hard for him to lift those springs. And once we got the springs out, we had to put them on this cart here, and we wheeled them over here. We have a press over here, and we had to prop them up on the press just right and knock the bushings out and put new fancy aluminum bushings in there, and these adapters to allow those traction bars to go on there. So that was a fun job, and I mean that sarcastically. I think my back still feels it, because let me tell you, laying over some dually tires and lifting a heavy spring that kept getting stuck on the parking brake cable wasn't much fun. But that's done. That's about all we're doing. I think I said we're doing the ball joints, I think, replacing, and maybe a couple other tiddly things. And then this thing is still here. It's getting a lot of little things done to it. This little Land Cruiser. We're kind of slow right now in our slow season, so we're not getting a lot of like customers coming in with stuff. I think we're pretty much got nothing this week, which isn't good. We need to get some business in here, but this time of year usually peters out, because everybody is recovering from the post-Christmas season and all that good stuff. And we got, Tom put this little gas door in here, this universal one. And these panels here, you know, those are, and I went about the job. It wasn't easy, even though I thought it would be, of pulling this gauge panel out, because he had bought a new one. Well, if you look at this one, this is the factory one. It's got kilometers and mile per hour. He had bought a brand new one, or a rebuilt one that was really nice, but it was only kilometers. And I'm like, does he want us to put this in or not? Because getting this out is 2 screws, unplugging 1 wire harness, and getting the speedo cable off. That is where I fought, because it would only come out of the dash, just a little bit. Barely get my hand back in there. And getting up underneath and reaching up and grabbing it is really hard, because there's brackets. Well, all that's in there is this. I don't know how well it's going to show. See this little clip? You got to press this little plastic thing there. Well, I got that off finally. It was hard to press. I didn't want to break it, because it's, you know, old. This is either late 70s or early 80s. So I finally got that white thing slid down off the, focus you, off the end of the speedometer cable. I got the little white thing unclipped, slid back. I figured, okay, it's just supposed to pop off, because I watched the video. The guy had one on the bench. He pressed it and popped it off. No, it had seized up on here just from age. and I didn't want to break nothing, but I really couldn't get pliers back in there that well, so I just had to keep, working in it, and finally got it off. So, after all that, what he was going to do, I got this off here. We told, hey, it's off. And I went to put the new one in, like I said. I opened the box and found it's kilometers only, so I'm like, crap. So we called him, and he came in. I looked at it, said, well, he goes, well, I'll send it back, and I'll get a, the right one. So I guess he called this company, and they said, well, they don't have one, but they could rebuild this one. So he came in, picked this one up, took it with him, and it must have been a pretty local company or not that far off, because a week or so later, not even, he brings this back and says, it checks out fine. He goes, the guy bench checked everything on it. Everything's perfect. The only thing he recommended was maybe cleaning all these contact points where the harness goes on and cleaning the harness here, the end of the plug. So, yeah. And so now I just haven't done that yet, because what's the rush? But, yep, that's got to be done. And that's about it. That's our wonderful day for today. I don't know what. Here's my messy workbench with chocolate chip cookies, potato chips, and Twizzlers. Yeah, I eat well, don't I? But, oh, look at this. It's almost 8 o'clock and time to clock in and start my wonderful day. There's our monitor and showing what's happening outside and in the showroom. And, hey, look. See? Wait, I gotta go this way. There's me. Yeah, but anyhow, that's it, Mr. Flat Top. But anyhow, I am going to let you people go. Good morning, good day, afternoon, evening, whatever. I am going to maybe mess with this stuff a little bit and then see what my day holds. And I'll be talking to you guys later, but I wanted to give you a quick update on those. So, everybody, have a good one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your comments, your likes, and all that. And really appreciate each and every one of you. So all of you, appreciate each other and all those around you. And have a good day and take care of each other. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.